Hey guys, about to play the second round of an Innistrad draft. Managed to win round one. Our deck seems pretty sweet so far. We managed to stabilize against some pretty hardcore aggro in round one. I would like to play first. And I think this is a keep. We have our Alchemy, our Scob, and not to mention our awesome Snapcaster Mage we managed to draft, and Moon Heron as a threat. So we do need to draw one land to be super happy. But, it's likely that happens, relatively, anyway. We can always play our Snapcaster Mage if we want a 2-drop, although I guess we'd rather be Snapcaster Maging our Harvest Pyre. So, our opponent mulliganed and then kept, and we will lead with an island, and we will end the turn. Opponent is a human deck, probably, since he already decided to do that, and we did manage to draw a land. Our Armored Scob shenanigans, hopefully for us. But we'll take one here. See if he has a 2-drop too. Nope. Alright, yeah, we're definitely going to another land. Our Scob plus Harvest Pyre is already pretty good, and we're liable to hit. We could hit something with Flashback or whatever. So, and we hit nothing that we really want in our graveyard, but that's okay. Our 1/4 on the board is pretty nice right now. Next turn I probably just play Moon Heron. Altar's Reap, just cashing his dude in right away. What a sad state. Yeah, we didn't hit anything we can even hit with our Snapcaster Mage, and we hit our Sturmgeist, who was kind of awesome for us in round one. Won us the game, basically. He must have a better 3-drop Chapelgeist. Alright, well. We do have our Moon Heron. We also have Harvest Pyre. And we have our Lantern Spirit as well. I think I just play out the Moon Heron for now. See what else our opponent has cooking before we fire off a Harvest Pyre. I mean, we'll win this race eventually with our bigger creature. Alright, well, so much for that idea. He has been dead weighted. And that has flying and first strike. So, probably going to need a Harvest Pyre to that thing. But we're going to take 2 for now. Doesn't really let our Lantern Spirit live a happy life. Ranged Assistant. Yeah, I think I play the Assistant. Leave mana up for Harvest Pyre. Probably kill that thing next turn. But for now, we just end the turn. Maybe I should have attacked with the Scob. Would have gotten in for 1, I guess. But, yeah. I'll take the 4 here. At the end of his turn, I'll decide what I want to Harvest Pyre. We have 5 cards in our grave, so we can kill a lot of stuff. If he plays something even scarier, I'll, use the Pyre on it. Right now, the 2/1 first strike is my primary concern, but he may play something even more worth killing. Well, that makes me want to hold on to Harvest Pyre, but we are luckily in a situation where we have Snapcaster Mage, so we can use our Harvest Pyre and then use it again. So we're going to use Harvest Pyre to do 1 there, and we're going to exile our Mountain. And so we Harvest Pyre that thing, send it away. Makes it harder for him to equip his dude anyway, so. Alright. Our Lantern Spirit, which I may have been calling Lantern Kami. I just realized I was thinking that's what it was. And then we're gonna, I guess we'll just deal with the Demon Male Hauberk thing if that's what he does this turn. I can also just block and return my Lantern Spirit to my hand, which is certainly a nuisance. Since he has nothing on the ground, I'm just going to crack in for 1. Big damage. Big Daddy Scob down here. Take him down to 19. And we do have another Harvest Pyre ready to go with our Snapcaster Mage should it be necessary. Ooh, Geist Honored Monk. No. God, that's bad for us. Alright. Well, that Geist Honored Monk is, going to be a 4/4. And he can put the Demon Male Hauberk on something pretty easily right now. We do have our Harvest Pyre in our graveyard. It doesn't look like he wants to Hauberk right now. I think I'm just going to take that, because then I can Forbidden Alchemy at the end of his turn, which I would like to do. Alright, so we're going to use Forbidden Alchemy now. And Claustrophobia sounds nice. We'll put it in our hand. We have double blue, right? Yes. Throw the lands in our graveyard. What else did we throw in our graveyard when we added mana? Another land. So get to skip out on some flooding there that normally would have tormented us. So I think I just end my turn and Harvest Pyre the crap out of whatever he tries to put a Halberg on. If he tries. If he swings this time, I mean, he does have a 4/4. I'll probably still use up my Harvest Pyre, the second one, on this Geist Honored Monk. The bad thing about Claustrophobia is it just makes him want to sacrifice something to his Demon Male Halberg even more. So, yeah, we're just going to end our turn. This way we can keep up Think Twice, Snapcaster Mage, to use our Harvest Pyre, which we can do like 1,000,000 damage to something with right now. So, hoping he tries to put his Halberg on something. Ideally, I'm hoping he does that, and then we can Harvest Pyre. But our opponent does not seem intent on allowing that to happen. Let's see if he does, though. Geist Honored Monk is going to eat a Harvest Pyre to the face, if not. So let's see what he does. Looks like he is going to go for swinging. Both flyers, too, makes sense. So I'm going to play our Snapcaster Mage. Which I'm sure our opponent is thrilled to see. And we're going to throw Harvest Pyre at this thing. This big guy on the ground. Oh, I guess it's still triggering or whatever. There we go. So now we want to go Harvest Pyre here. And we will pay like this so we can still cast Think Twice. And we will exile several cards. Forbidden Alchemy, there's an outside chance we actually cast. So we'll do it for 5. If he has a trick, we're going to be kind of sad, admittedly, but not super sad. These freaking flyers, though, are definitely, bringing me down here with their flyitude. We'll cast Think Twice at the end of his second Claustrophobia. Okay, that's not too bad. We can lock down 2 flyers at least. Rolling Temblor is pretty bad right now. We kill 2 of our guys, only kill 1 of his guys, and his freaking flyers continue to wreak havoc on us. So I think I go Claustrophobia. They'll get him to sacrifice it to his spirit or whatever. So he can equip his spirit, is what I'm trying to say. And I think we just end the turn there. Well, I could Rolling Temblor, but it's not really worth it right now. If he plays something else, I would consider it. I mean, he can transform that and make it a bigger problem, but yeah, he doesn't see a reason to yet, and I don't blame him. Yeah. That means we just need 1 more removal spell, and we'll finally have dealt with all these flyers. The bastards. I'm going to have to chump that now. I mean, is there really an option? I mean, do I really have a choice? I don't think so. I don't think so. Although I guess I could take 6, drop to 1, Claustrophobia the other, and then chump with my Lantern Spirit next turn. Oh, man. He had to have a sharpened pitchfork. We're definitely citing in our Ancient Grudge against this guy. I can tell you that much. Sharpened pitchfork. Okay. I think we do just take 6 here. I was doing the math a minute ago wherein I saw that I could claustrophobia this one. He has to equip that one, and then we block, chump the other one next turn. And that seems all right. Not amazing, but all right. Okay. Still not amazing, as I was saying, but we're going to claustrophobia here. Yeah, we'll claustrophobia there. Which will deal with that temporarily, and then next turn we'll have to chump this thing. We'll also play our Ashmouth Hound, get some more damage out there. And we'll end the turn. Probably should have milled myself. Could have put something useful in our graveyard. Still have that think twice next turn. It's important to remember that to try to get me out of this problem. But I think I basically have to draw removal because casting think twice will cost too much. We've used up both our claustrophobias, so yeah. Drawing a flyer would work too, and we do have some. But we'd pretty much have to make that happen. So, Bonds of Faith. And that is game. So, on to game 2. All right. I think we side out Rolling Tembler against this guy and put in Ancient Grudge. His win condition seems to be killing me in the air with spirit tokens. So Rolling Tembler is really bad, as it was in that game. So I think we side in, as I said, Ancient Grudge, which can destroy that freaking Halberg, which was definitely a problem in that game. Yeah, we'll side in the Ancient Grudge and side out Rolling Tembler. And I think that's what we do. So I guess we'll submit. Memory's Journey doesn't seem like it's worth siding in or putting in, but Ancient Grudge seems pretty good. Maybe I should have sided in a Forest too, since at least in that game we pretty desperately wanted to destroy that Halberg. That Geist Honored Monk has to be one of the bigger bombs in this format. It's just ridiculous. Cards like that are always ridiculous. You know, we had Pia and Kiran Nalar recently, but they're probably both equally good, I guess. The Geist Honored Monk gets bigger and bigger and bigger, whereas Pia and Kira Nalar, Kiran, whatever, can throw the artifacts at people. Our opponent's still sideboarding, so I will be back with you when he's back. All right, game is beginning. I would like to play first, and I think I like the look of this hand. We don't have any actual like early creatures, but we have removal and a Forbidden Alchemy to help us, get to some stuff if we need to. So I think I like it. I could see mulliganing it maybe, but this hand seems to work out well for this deck, which is mostly a control deck. So we just need to. If we'd had more removal last game, but even a lot of removal is not that good when your opponent plays Geist Honored Monk. So we really had no way out of that, other than getting destroyed by Geist Honored Monk. Even after we killed him and at least one of the tokens that he came with. We may have killed more than that. I don't remember, but yeah. Opponent has a thinker as to whether they want to keep their hand or not, which I guess is good for us. Probably if they keep their hand, chances are it won't go well, but it could for them, depending on what they, draw. It's just like our hand, I guess. If we don't draw any creatures or a second island, then we're kind of boned. But we have Forbidden Alchemy to help with that. All right, so we're going to lead with an island and end the turn because island is just, the best basic land in Magic, as some say. Yep, he definitely wants to kill us with Spirits in the Air. Hey, Deranged Assistant. It's not bad right now. Gives us a creature and one that helps us ramp into this Maw. Meanwhile, we're just going to get beaten up by Doomed Traveler. This guy definitely built the Sacrifice deck, I guess. He has lots of ways to make tokens, and he has lots of cards that like to be sacrificed or that go well with sacrifices anyway. Alright. There's an island. I think I just end the turn and use Forbidden Alchemy. If he transforms that guy, then whatever. We'll take another 3 next turn. And maybe we Claustrophobia it on our next turn. Especially, it's pretty good once you Claustrophobia that thing. It can kind of become, especially in our deck, which tries to stall, it can kind of become an alternate win condition, so. Alright, we take 4 to the face. So you have some other play that we're not going to be happy with. Chapelgeist. Yeah, that freaking guy again. Isn't DOS for us. I'm trying to decide if I want to mill another card. Chances are, I mean, our deck does like to mill stuff, so I think I will. I mean, there's chances I hit something I really want to keep, but we hit an island, so I think I'm okay with that. And we're going to cast Forbidden Alchemy. And, the Lantern Spirit is not bad, but I think I like Harvest Pyre a little bit more. And then we put the rest in our graveyard. Having a creature in our graveyard is relevant in our deck too, so that's also a consideration. Okay, I'd like also to put you in my graveyard. The Harvest Pyre goes pretty well with that. And we can both Claustrophobia and Harvest Pyre, so that might be what we do. Our opponent drops to 19 here. So, and we drew an Ancient Grudge, the card we sided in, which is pretty good against this opponent. Can he retransform it whenever he wants to? No, it's forever transformed. So maybe I want to use Claustrophobia on that. And I think I'll do it this way. Invisible Stalker, not a big deal. Ended up not being that great in our deck, even though we like first picked it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and hit that guy. It's less good. Our Claustrophobias are a lot less good against this guy than they are against most people because he has ways to sacrifice things, but, you know, doesn't hurt. I think I go ahead and Harvest Pyre the Chapelgeist if he swings with it. Yeah, I would assume he would. All right, no blocks. I think I'll hold on to Harvest Pyre. I'll take the 2. And if he plays something that's more of a threat, I'll use Harvest Pyre on it. I also have Into the Maw of Hell to kill another big threat. And also take him off as black. So that is worth considering. But I'm okay dropping to 12. Although dropping to low life hasn't done us any favors so far. Galvanic Juggernaut. See, this is the deck I guess that guy's good in. We do have our Ancient Grudge. So I think I'm probably going to use it at some point, if not right now. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use Ancient Grudge here. Yeah. Opponent goes to 18. We drew a creature, which is good. So we want to leave red up, right? I say that as I tap all my freaking... Yeah, so we'll play our Moon Heron for now. And we'll end the turn. Ready to hurl a Harvest Pyre at something if we need to. We have Ancient Grudge and Forbidden Alchemy in our graveyard, so if we draw Shimmering Grotto, that could actually be relevant. Man, should have used my Into the Maw of Hell instead, I guess. I'm leaning pretty heavily towards Harvest Pyring that thing, but I'm going to take another 2 from it before I do. See if he drops something else. Okay, maybe I Harvest Pyre that now and then use Into the Maw of Hell to take him off as black and just kill the other guy. I think that seems pretty good. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We would like to draw a creature at some point. Luckily we didn't hit one, but we're going to go ahead and Harvest Pyre for 1 that thing. Get rid of an island. We don't care about lands in our graveyard a whole lot. So Harvest Pyre. He goes to 17. Ooh, Charmbreaker Devils. I really want to play that right now, but I think I'm going to Into the Maw of Hell instead. I think that's a little bit better. So we're going to Into the Maw of Hell, nuke that, and nuke this. And hopefully regain control of this game once we put our Charmbreaker Devils into play next turn. So we go to 8. He goes to 16. Another Claustrophobia is nice, but we definitely want to play Charmbreaker. Oh man, we killed Sturmgeist again, although it's not the greatest in the kind of hand we have right now. But it wouldn't be bad, you know. A 1/1 Thieving Magpie is still going to draw you a card most turns, so. He got his black again, which I don't like. Our Charmbreaker Devils may not be long for the world. Okay, can't block, but we can at least still get back, and it can't attack either, but we can at least still get back spells with it every turn. Might have to Claustrophobia this Doomed Traveler. Is Harvest Pyre our only spell in our graveyard right now? I think it might be, which isn't bad. I'm happy to get back a Harvest Pyre. All right. Ooh, Into the Maw of Hell. I forgot I had that. We can blow up his land again. Actually, I drew Into the Maw of Hell. I got back my Ancient Grudge, which isn't super exciting, but hey. I think we blow up his land again, give him a 1/1. Desperate Ravings. All right. Into the Maw of Hell. Destroy. Destroy. Unfortunately, we don't get to like destroy him with our Charmbreaker Devil, but hey, that's okay. I think eventually we're going to win out on card advantage here, getting back like Into the Maw of Hell every turn. Is he going to destroy my creature? He probably should have done that already if he... No, Altar's Reap. Okay. All right. That did give him a little more gas. He still gets the 1/1. But if we keep getting back Into the Maw of Hell every turn, I'm going to be pretty happy. We may need to take a turn off in Claustrophobia or something so we don't die since we're at such low life, but, you know. We also have Desperate Ravings, which might be worth casting, especially when you have Charmbreaker Devils in play from our graveyard. Unruly Mob. It's just any creature, huh? And another one of those, too. Why? Why's he got to be like this? All right, we got Desperate Ravings back. We also drew a Stitched Drake, which is a pretty great blocker right now. So I will play it. And get rid of Sturmgeist. I'm sorry, buddy. And we'll end our turn there. Leave mana up for Desperate Ravings. If he has more removal, we're going to be kind of sad, but... But if he doesn't, I think we'll be okay. He does have a lot of creatures right now. Our Rolling Templar is looking a lot nicer right now than it looked before. Ooh. Oh, yeah. He's the one who played an enchantment. We do have a Claustrophobia in our hand, though, so that's worth remembering. All right, so we're going to use Desperate Ravings to desperately rave. Got us, netted us, I think, twice. We got back and Into the Maw of Hell. But he is going wide on us, and I think we might be dead anyway. I think twice may be the optimal move here. We can block there and there. No, we're not instantly dead, so... I kind of wish I'd drawn a land, because then I could have not used that. But... So if I use Into the Maw of Hell and kill this, he can pump these two up and almost kill me next turn, which is pretty bad for us. Shit. I'm kind of leaning towards think twicing, because we're probably gonna die if we if you know, if we don't hit what we need to here. I have Desperate Ravings in the graveyard. Would have been nice to get Harvest Pyre back. That would have been like ideal, because we could have Claustrophobia and Harvest Pyre. Harvest Pyre the Fox and Claustrophobia the other thing. Man, Forbidden Alchemy is even worth considering, but I feel like we're pretty much dead no matter how things go here. But I think leaving 2 blockers back is probably ideal, and we're just going to cast Think Twice now and hope we draw something. If we don't, then... Okay, well, that is a blocker, if nothing else, and it is nothing else right now, so at least we have a flash blocker. So, actually, we can cast Harvest Pyre. I'm a liar. That's awesome. Forgot we had this dude in play. So, after we declare blockers, we can get back our Harvest Pyre, use our Deranged guy to get it back, and that'll be pretty nice. Our Snapcaster will come in and block the Silver Chase Fox, I guess. This is going to get big, is the bad news. But our Into the Maw of Hell next turn, assuming we draw a land, will kill it. So, at least there's that. All right. Combat is happening. So before blocks, we need to flash in our mage, which we will do. And we will target our Harvest Pyre, which unfortunately we won't be able to get back now with our dude. And then we'll go to blocks, and we'll block there, here, and here. And I'll probably cast Harvest Pyre on this so I can keep this alive and thus use my Into the Maw of Hell next turn for sure. So there's the blocks. Then we're going to go like this. And we're going to cast Harvest Pyre on this thing. And we're going to exile our lands. We can also just use Claustrophobia now to kill to take care of the Unruly Mob. So that's worth thinking about, since we got rid of his Enchantment Destroyer with our Snapcaster Mage, who ended up being like awesome, as you'd expect. God, this deck takes a lot of time is the downside, and Magic Online is not a big fan of a lot of time. All right, we got an Into the Maw. Oh no, we got Think Twice back. Okay, I'm cool with that. I can do more with my mana here if I just use Claustrophobia. So that's what we're going to do. We can hold up Think Twice and Forbidden Alchemy. We're down to 9 cards, though, so that's worth mentioning. And we're going to attack with our Stitch Drake. We need to finally go on offense. I think we can afford to take 1 on the backswing. If he plays an artifact we're really worried about, we can Ancient Grudge it. Like that Hauberk would be really good right now for him, obviously. So that'll drop us to 4. And I think we Think Twice. I'm kind of worried about milling myself with Forbidden Alchemy. I'd rather just draw 1 card, please. So we will, and it's another Deranged Assistant. We really need is another flyer, but we can also just blow up his current one with our Into the Maw of Hell, which is what we're going to do here. If we leave mana up different, I can use Ancient Grudge if I need to at the end of his turn, so we'll fix that real quick. Yeah, so I'll use Into the Maw of Hell, destroy a land, and blow up that flyer. And I'm just going to attack with our Stitch Drake. And we'll end the turn there. Our Charmbreaker Devil has been pretty awesome, even though he's been shut down as an offensive force. Ooh, that's gross. Kind of wish I had another Claustrophobia for that. So... Ooh, Scob Goliath's pretty nice. Yeah, so we're going to attack in the air again. And we're going to play our Goliath, leaving mana up again for Ancient Grudge or Desperate Ravings or whatever. And we will exile our Snapcaster Mage and our Moon Heron. And in the turn. And if he doesn't have something here, that is GG in our favor. But he may have something. It is hard to tell. Okay, he's not swinging. That is interesting. I mean, it's partly because if he blocks with his turn key, he gets 2 flyers. And I'm worried enough about that that I don't really want to swing with my Goliath. I mean, it could represent lethal, I guess. But I'll have it next turn too, like no matter what he does. So, at least basically no matter what he does. So we'll attack for 3 in the air, and that's it. See what our opponent does. If he has removal, like, I'll be pretty glad I only did that, because then he would have blocked and gotten 2 flyers, and we would have been pretty sad about that situation. We're gonna have to win game 3 super fast if we manage to win this game. So it's a little annoying, but there you go. So we're just gonna pass the turn. Midnight Haunting. Okay, that is annoying. Here I was thinking we might win this game. Our Scob Goliath still does enough. Like, if we swing with both, like, he won't be able to survive. So I think I'm okay with that. Especially if we also swing with our 1/1. So, okay, he's attacking with everything. I'm going to block here just so he doesn't get the blockers, and we're going to go to 2. I'm going to go ahead and cast Think Twice, although if I don't cast Think Twice, I get an Into the Maw of Hell back for sure, so never mind. Okay. So, does he have a way to stop us here? That's the real question, isn't it? There's no reason to overswing, I guess, unless, of course, he has removal. But I think we just go for it with both of them. All right, looks like we took that game. We have 6.5 minutes to win game 3. I had to build as complex a deck as possible my first time playing this format, so we're going to have to win fast, which may make me play a little sloppy, but I'm having a lot of fun with this deck anyway, and that's what matters, right? Ancient Grudge, even better than I thought. He plays a creature that dies to it, so there you go. We need to win quickly, which our deck is certainly not designed to do. So, hopefully we can make it happen anyway, though. I can be a little quicker. Which hopefully, I mean, I need to be careful not to yield until end of turn when I can actually do stuff. That's part of the reason I'm taking so much time. In a more, one-sided aggro deck, I yield till the end of the turn, like every turn. And with this deck, I don't want to do that most of the time when I have, like, Think Twice and Forbidden Alchemy and stuff like that. We will keep this. We have some early removal, all of our colors, both of our colors, I guess I should say. But all, actually, because we do have some cards with flashback that we can actually cast since we have our Shimmering Grotto. I'm going to take 2 to the dome, or 1 to the dome here, and then we'll play our Stalker and start returning the favor. If he has a 3-drop, I probably claustrophobia it. Yeah, I definitely want to claustrophobia that thing. So yeah, we're going to use claustrophobia. We need to get the Stitch Drake out as soon as possible, so hopefully in the near future we can Forbidden Alchemy and set that up. Trying to play way faster here now that I'm sort of aware of my time. So, more aware. Anyway. Would be nice if we had more ways to pump up. Ooh, there's that. Which is certainly annoying. He's going to bash us for... we really want our ancient Grudge, but we're going to have to use Claustrophobia on this. Which then, you know, sort of plays into his hand because he can sacrifice it, get a token, and then put it on that too. At least we have an Into the Maw of Hell. So I think I'd at least like to make him go through those motions. So I'll put Claustrophobia here. Maybe if we're lucky, he just doesn't have another creature in his hand. We'll swing for 1. Did just draw black, so if there was another creature he couldn't play, I'm sure he just drew it. Altar's Reap. Okay, well, that's annoying. But he doesn't have the second creature yet, so at least there's that. Now he does. So, yeah. But we only need to draw 1 more land, and then we can set up our Into the Maw of Hell nonsense. We're going to Forbidden Alchemy at the end of his turn and hopefully play Stitch Drake, I guess. We're going to swing away, because why not? But we're going to take 7 this turn, so it's not looking great. But yeah, well, Alchemy. We can also Desperate Ravings. We can go... I should probably Ravings first. But I don't really know if I want to with what's in my hand. It seems a little risky, but you never know. Interesting. He didn't want to use the Halberg yet. I guess he's worried about instant speed removal given the amount of mana we left up. Yeah, I'll use Forbidden Alchemy. And we'll put... Ooh, Harvest Pyre is so good, but we can get it back with a few things. We want to put a creature in our graveyard. And I guess actually I will take Harvest Pyre and get rid of these other 2 things. Yeah, that works. Then we can cast Harvest Pyre in response to him equipping that thing to something. So that's pretty good. Okay, Ancient Grudge. That solves a lot of our problems, doesn't it? Alright, so we're going to play Stitched Drake, but we're not going to tap our mana like idiots. So we're going to play Stitched Drake and exile our Armored Scob. And we are going to swing for 1. What I want him to do here is equip the Halberg to something, and then block whatever he's swinging with and use Ancient Grudge to blow up the equipment. That's the ideal scenario here. Okay, well that makes things a little more difficult, but we're still in an okay position. All right. I'm going to go ahead and Harvest... No, I'm not. I'm going to wait till at least the end of his turn. All right. Now I'm going to Harvest Pyre, the flyer, actually. And we want to exile 1 thing. He's going to save it somehow. Altar's Reap. Okay, well, that's just great. Good news is we do have Ancient Grudge, so... Alright, and now we can just kill that creature too. So we're going to go for that. We do need a better win condition than what we've got right now. We'll blow up a swamp and kill that. And get in for 1 big damage here on the ground. Now I am yielding completely, so that's good. We have Forbidden Alchemy, which we can actually flash back, which is a nice turn of events for us, I guess. All right. So that just happened. All of that just happened. Wow. That is not good news for us. It's going to be hard for us to overcome that. It's another board where Rolling Tumbler would actually look pretty nice, though. But, you know, his deck does try to win in the air, so. I probably just end up ending my turn. Like, ooh, except if I draw that. What do I risk happening to me? A lot of things, but I think we have to do it. And we leave back our Invisible Stalker. And we end our turn. Probably going to have to chump with the Stalker, but having Ancient Grudge is really good, so if he transforms both of them, probably going to end up chumping. Yeah, so probably have to chump and then kill the other with Charmbreaker Devils, ideally. I'll chump whatever he equips the Demon Mail Halberd to. I'm pretty sure he'll do that since he can sack his Doomed Traveler to make it happen. All right, he did that again, which is bad. That means we are all but dead. Our Ancient Grudge, you know, leaving it up would have been nice, but, you know, what if we get back Harvest Pyre? Harvest Pyre plus Ancient Grudge can get us out of this, although we don't have a lot of time to win. And Midnight Haunting. Okay, well, forget everything I just said. It's going to be pretty hard to get out of this. All right. Equips it there. So we go to 1 life here. We got to chump the 5/3. And then we probably go to 1 life. We do go to 1 life. He goes to 13, though. Is there anything that can get us out of this? I don't really think so. Leaving my mana up there for my Ancient Grudge might have been safer. But, you know, who cares about what's safe? Okay, Harvest Pyre does not solve our problems. I think we want to cast it, though, and then cast Desperate Ravings and hope we do have a way to solve our problems. But I don't think we can find anything that'll solve our problems. I guess we don't have to cast it now, but I don't want to lose it to Desperate Ravings. So yeah, I'll use Harvest Pyre. Neither of my creatures can block. This will be flying. I mean, I don't think there's anything that can save us, but we'll just take out one of these, I guess, and exile that, and that to do 3. And then we'll cast Desperate Ravings. Oops. I need to tap my mana differently if I want to do that. Yeah, so Desperate Ravings, which are indeed desperate right now. My poor Charmbreaker Devil just got shut down by this dude. And we got nothing. We're just going to blow up his Demon Mail Halberd that caused us so many problems and lose the game. So, good games from our opponent. They were all good. At least we lost before we ran out of time, right? So, all right, that was round 2. Our deck, I think, is still pretty sweet. Our opponent definitely had a matchup that was a tough one for us. We still managed to take 1 game. And hopefully